What's going on, everyone? My name is Tenebris, and just like we did yesterday with Fort Quito, we're going to break down all the ways that you can take on Cabeza Fuel Depot. This is a two-part video on how to get yourself an early game tank too, so stay tuned for that later on today, and when it's out, I'm gonna have a pinned comment link to it down below. Cabeza Fuel Depot is another great example of how open-ended liberations are in Far Cry 6. We have tons of options, from hand-placed guards to routines that are easy to take advantage of. Heading out through the wooden boards, we find two more sets. One leads back into the starting area and is trapped, and the other leads into the fuel depot. This is a stealthy way to take down the medic in the area, and he's got a key card to a storage room that we're going to want to pick up. Then we've got this guard here, who's just begging for it. This guard will hang out at the spot pretty much the whole time as long as you haven't alerted the other guards in the area. Over at the dock here we have another point of entry, but this one's being watched by the guards pretty heavily. There's a machine gun guard over at the one side, and then there's another guard and another bunch of guards over by the warehouse. So that route is a little bit spicier. You can pull yourself up on the warehouse side of the dock as well, but over here on the far side of the camp, you'll actually find a completely unlocked door. Whoever left this unlocked, it's probably their worst day at the job. And then around the front side, there's the front entrance, as well as up top of these silos here. You have a couple options, either ziplining down to the building, or parachuting into the camp, or onto one of the lines of fuel that lead from these silos into the fuel depot. Okay, so first up we're going to be doing a stealth run, and so we're going to come on over and go through the booby-trapped wooden board that we talked about earlier. We're making use of the parkour set, so when we slide we get a speed boost. We aren't going to be sprinting too much, we're just going to kind of walk around and use the speed boost to walk stealthily around. Take out that guard that was asking for it. He randomly switched genders here. Nice. Here comes the medic. We're just gonna hang out here for a second. I definitely thought that I would be able to lean around this wall, but I guess because it's a wall you can hop through, you can't lean over it. Either way, just had to make do and pop him in the face. Now that we've made our way inside of the fuel depot, it's time to take down the sniper first, and then we're going to make our way over to the docks, where we've got two soldiers to take down. One with the machine gun here, which we could just melee, and then another one just across the way. Now we've only got 4 guards left. The kind of hard part is locating them, because I like to play HUDless for the most part. But an easy way to get around that is to just kind of draw them out just a little bit.
Should kill the alarm.
Now, I didn't expect my silencer to be totally gone right there at that point, so that was kind of dumb on my part, but it worked out in the end because it drew this guard over. And I'm pretty sure it drew out the last guard as well. Which is just over here. And there we go. Again, just using the MS-16, you're able to take down pretty much an entire camp. The only extra thing that we used here was the parkour set, but I have a video guide for that I put out just earlier today, so if you want to, you can go check that out. Unlocking Cabeza is really awesome because it gets you your first store, it gets you a ton of which you can find in these fuel canisters all around the warehouse. And inside of the warehouse you can find that storage room that we got the key from that medic for. And in this storage room you actually net yourself an RPD, your first light machine gun. Out the back you can find just a little bit of scrap metal too. If you somehow didn't manage to get the key card off the medic and you have no idea how to get into that storage room, you can find the key card in the front admin building just as you get into the main entrance. But the real benefit here is your first vehicle station. This is where you could drop off vehicles and spawn them in. And this is actually essential for the tank that we're going to be picking up in a video later on today. Totally stay tuned for that. Now, for the loud approach, I had this kind of crazy plan, and I didn't fully pull it off, but still, it was okay. The idea was to go in with the parkour set and use the speed boost to basically chain together killing guards, use loud weapons to draw the guards out, and then chain together killing more guards, potentially getting spotted during the process and utilizing Guapo to then continue chaining killing guards. And so, yeah, I tried to make it happen. I don't think that there was enough guards here for, like, that to really shine, but I do think that it was a good idea, and it might turn into something spicy in the future, utilizing that parkour speed boost to, like, just run through an entire fort like a hot knife through butter. So, Cabeza is another great example of open-ended design here in Far Cry 6, and I want to know, how did you take on Cabeza if you have? And if not, hopefully this video helps. Thank you for watching, and be sure to catch the next one where we pick up a tank super early game. Cheers, folks.